Hello, 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 everyone, and thank you once again for joining me for Can We Talk About It with your host, me, Donna Stinson. I am recording. I will be on YouTube and Facebook every Monday from 3 to 3:30. I will also still be at WHPR from 3 to 3:30 on every third Monday. I want to give a shout out to a firefighter by the name of Reginald. Hey Reggie, how you doing? He's a very good friend of mine, and I really appreciate the work that you do for the city, so thank you so much for that. I want to give another shout out to Vince Holloway. He's a photographer. Hopefully I'll have him on and we can talk a little bit about photography and models and so forth. Speaking of that, that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the modeling industry. There's a lot of models out here that really don't know the industry and get caught up in a lot of, things that they shouldn't get caught up in. I'll just say it like that. When you first start modeling and you first get out into the modeling world, you got to get your profile site, and then you got to put your pictures up on whatever little modeling profile site or Facebook or whatever, and then you have to go to those groups that's interested in the same things that you are. But there's models out here that say they want to be models, but they're not trying to be models. Some women are very beautiful, very pretty, but they're not photogenic. There's some women that are photogenic, and once they get into a camera, in front of a camera, they turn into Miss Diva. Calm yourselves. You are not all of that. Models come a dime a dozen. There's a lot of models in Detroit that don't drive, and that's a shame. How can you be a model and not get to your destination? I don't understand that. And then when you get to where you're going, you want to start making demands. I need this. I can't do it without that. Damn boo, a lot of these photographers are not going to work with you. I've been in this industry with this modeling since 2007. Now in 2007, I had open heart valve surgery. I made it up in my mind. I'm not going to let nothing stop me from doing the things that I've wanted to do long ago. I've been wanting to do modeling, acting, what I'm doing now. I've been wanting to do that ever since I was like 14, 15 years old. All my life I've been taking care of folks or having people beat me down or this, that, and the other. And I finally got my chance to do it, and I'm doing it. And I'm letting you young women out there know that's models, that's up and coming actresses that want to do these things. Don't sell yourself short. Number one. Two, do not, I repeat, do not meet a photographer that you just met over the internet and then meet him by yourself. You always take somebody with you. For those photographers that don't want to shoot with you because you brung someone else, then those are not the folks that you should be shooting with. The people that you shoot with when you go on modeling gigs, these are people that you've shot with before, or maybe someone that you've known for a while. I mean, some of you models don't think. You put yourself in these dangerous situations talking about, I'm about to be a model because somebody said they want to take a picture of you. You need to be Googling these people. You need to find out how many other models that they've shot with. You need to try to get with some of those models and get their opinion of the photographer. There's a lot of models that, there's a lot of young women that want to get into the modeling industry, and the first thing they do is throw off their clothes because they feel like that will get them more exposure. No, boo. It won't. It won't. It will not get you more exposure, because when I very first started, that's the route I went. That's why I'm telling you, young women, that is not the route to go. I was very naive when I first got into this, and I felt that, these would get, they're tasteful, it's art. No. If you're going to start modeling, model with your clothes on. If that photographer does not want to model, take pictures of you, then don't do it. I've seen so many models or so many potential models get caught up with these fiendish photographers, and it ruins their life. It really does. It ruins their life. There's a lot of young models that then took pictures with someone and they posted them all over some type of scantless website. They didn't know it. And, people walking up to them talking about, I seen you and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And you young women out there need to take it slow. One step at a time. Do not let nobody talk you into new photos if you're not up for it. Now, if you're a wild child and you always want to do new photos and that's your thing, more power to you, boo. There's some women that do very well in that industry. But it's not for everyone. That's what I'm trying to say. There's lifestyle photos, there's stock photos, there's runway photos, there's magazine photos. There's so many image categories out there that you can use. You don't have to just put yourself in a box and be stuck to one photo. So, I'm just letting you guys know that the modeling industry is a dangerous world. There are people that will tell you that we're looking for models, so we'll pay for you to come, overseas. You better check it out. Make sure it's credible before you find yourself in some type of trafficking situation. Don't get it twisted. A lot of these traffickers use young girls that want to be models. They use them, get them strung out on drugs, and let men come in and take advantage of them, and they get paid for it, and they're just wondering how they got in this situation. So I'm telling you ladies now, whoever you talk to that wants to do photos with you, you make sure you Google them, you look them up, you ask them who else have they worked with. You have to ask questions to these photographers. If they don't want to answer your questions, then either they're arrogant and you really don't need to work with them, or they're not photographers. They're just tricking you. Now, one time, I went over here in Dearborn to do a shoot with a photographer. He was an older white guy and everything, and I thought it was really nice. And we had took a few photos, but before I knew it, I was like, I'm not about to keep shooting if I don't get my raw footage. And he called himself intimidating me. Well, you ain't getting your raw footage. Do you want to shoot with me or not? These type of people, you wipe the dust off your feet, kick them up, and get out of there. Because these people want to get all of your images, and then they want to put them somewhere else or sell them to somebody else. Do not work with these people, folks. Do not work with them. They don't mean you no good. They won't mean you no good. And in the end, you're going to suffer a lot of heartache because of that. Now, I just got finished doing a movie called what's the name of that? A Clear View. And we just had the premiere October the 27th. Now, like I said, I was one of the characters there, and I believe the movie had done really well, and I believe the movie is doing really well. Sean Sportcoat Brown, he is the producer. John Dawson, he is the director. They both did a very good job directing and producing. The writing was good. It was written by a woman named Gully Moore. And she's, not Gully Moore, Gully Barrymore. And she's always on the radio station called The Other Side of the River with Dick Green. I'll get that information to you. You can go on there and listen to the different actors and the different directors and get a spin on what's going on with certain things that's going on here in Detroit. Now, Detroit is still trying to come up out of that thing that Snyder did with the film incentives, and we're still trying to hold our own, and good for us. But don't be deceived, young women, and I really need to say this too, because I'm just saying the young women, but young men too. Don't be deceived. There are men and women alike that's out there preying on young potential or wannabe up-and-coming models. Now, I'm going to tell you, young men and women, this. A lot of you are not going to make it. One is going to be either your attitude, or you do not have a good sense of timing, or you're just deepified and you think everybody is supposed to just do what you say because you say you who you are. And that's not going to fly. So, you guys need to be trying to be more humble in your craft, because like I said, these people come a dime a dozen. When I got into the field, there was a lot of makeup artists, not taking anything away from them, but for me, when I very first started, I'm not sure if this was the cost, but just to make up your face, like different types of ways to make up your face, the young lady was charging me $45 per look. So what I did was, I went on YouTube and learned how to do my own makeup. There's a lot of things young up-and-coming male and female models can do to make things like their life a little easier for them in the modeling world. You got to make sure that you drink plenty of water. All of this alcohol and stuff, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, cut it out. You're going to get old before your time. Alcohol dries you out. It also wrinkles you up. So you really don't need to be drinking alcohol. When you go to these parties where they have these modeling parties, you need to try to be cordial. If you are a heavy drinker, don't drink out in the street like that, because people are watching your demeanor. And when you're a model, or you're in the acting industry or the broadcasting industry or any type of part of the entertainment industry, people are going to be watching you. So you have to, I'm not going to say be on your best behavior, I'm going to say that. You be yourself, but you know what people look for to try to bring you down, or say, oh, look at it, I knew it. So, just try to maintain being a young man and a young woman. Because, sometimes I'm so scared for these young women and men that want to start out in this business and get caught up with the wrong thing. So, please, before we go to a commercial break, I want to let these young men know too. You young men are getting it just as worse as these young women are. You have to be careful too. I heard of a young man that went to do a photo shoot, and it was another man, so I guess he didn't see it was nothing wrong with it. When he got there, he was gang raped and robbed, and then they took him somewhere else, far, far out in another county away from where he lived at. This boy was so upset and so frightened, he couldn't even remember what these people looked like. He seen the first person, but when he walked in, I guess they had threw something over his head. They started beating him up. He didn't know what was going on, and they dropped him out. These type of stories happen all the time, people. So please be careful, and we'll be right back after this commercial break. Hello, my name is Paula, and I've been in the hospital for over a week. I was brutally injured, beaten, stomped by my husband. And they told me I could not go back home, but I don't have anywhere else to go. Would you help me? We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Thank you so much for joining me. I love what I do. I will be getting into photography, taking pictures. I am getting my studio together. I will definitely be renting it out as soon as I get it up to the full capacity. There's other things that I need to get. I am looking for a cameraman. I'm going to be streaming my show pretty soon, and it's going to mean a lot to me for my supporters to stay in tune with the things that I'm doing. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, the elections are coming up, and it's just a shame that we have one candidate with one foot in the grave and the other one on the ground, and then we got a court gesture for the other candidate. Now, I really don't know what to say about these two candidates. I'm an independent. I don't think I'm going to vote for any one of them. What I think I'm going to do is just write my name in and put a check by it, because it seems like either way you go with these two devils, it's going to be something that the black community is not expecting. Now, a lot of us feel like, okay, I'm black, I live in my own home, I can do this, Don't be deceived. I've been telling you people this since I've been on this show. Everything that's going on in this world is spiritual. Very spiritual. And we have to be careful of the people that we connect ourselves to. We got to be careful of the people that we put in high office in our government. We are supposed to pray for our government, and I do. But I want to say this, and I want to make this a public announcement. I am a Christian. I don't believe in these holidays. There's a lot of things that the church is doing and is driving people that want to come and serve the Lord, is driving them away. These people in hierarchy, the Bible says this is not our home. We are strangers in a strange land. Yes, we do have to follow the laws of the land. But between these two candidates, I don't know which one to vote for. And if you don't know who to vote for me. I can't do no worse than what they're doing. Plus, I'm going to make sure we get reparations. But on that note, I just want to let people know that this is a sad election. And, we've always known about the mudslinging and so forth and, things like that. But Hillary Clinton, she's like McCain's age. And basically, so is, I think, what's his name? Trump. He's about the same age, too. So we got these two up-in-age presidents. And then we get two up-in-age vice presidents, and sometimes I feel like if don't nobody vote, if we vote for none of these folks, maybe we can just keep Obama in there. Now, I'm not saying that I'm for him either, because he's lowering the age of sexual consent to 13. He said he was a Christian. But then, when he did an interview, he said he was a Muslim. And then, Christian. He wanted to put a mosque right next to ground zero. After all of this happens. Now, people, I'm not saying, now don't get me wrong. Now, I'm not saying that it's not, that is wrong to help your fellow man. Because we're all one blood. Us being different colors and all that stemmed from the Tower of Babel. Read your Bible, read about Nimrod and the Tower of Babel. We're all one blood. But because at this Tower of Babel, Nimrod wanted to be a god. And he was called the Mighty Hunter. And he had all of the people was building this big tower to try to get to the sun or get up to the sky or whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he shot an arrow into the air. I guess he called himself trying to kill God. I don't know what that was all about. I got to study that some more. But I know he shot an arrow in the air. And I'm not sure if it was an earthquake or something happened. And God confounded all of their languages, their colors, and this, that, and the other. So people who could understand the other person, their languages, and these people went this way, these people went that way. But we're all still one. We're all one blood. So I said all that to say this. KKK, ISIS, all of these people, don't worry about them. Do not worry about these people. If you are a Christian, the Bible speaks on these things. And he said that these things are going to happen. Now I'm saying all of this because of this presidency that's coming up. You know, for centuries, over 2,000 years when the Lord passed, you know, we've been hearing the Lord is coming back, the Lord is coming back. If you read your Bible, everything is falling into place. You know, the Bible says no man knows the time, you know, or the day or the hour when he's coming back, but he's coming back. And if you read the Bible and study it, it lets you know, it gives account of these things that's going on right now today. So, on that note, the only thing I can say for the election is, boo! It's just as bad as Halloween. Because these folks are just as bad as the characters that you dress your children up in. I can't believe there's black folks that say that they love Trump and they want to vote for him. This man went to a black church in Detroit. I think it was Wayne T's church. And he went there, and some of you may have seen it, and just like the news said, it sounded scripted. Then they gave him some Catholic holy prayer cloth, and I don't know why Baptists mix Catholicism into the practices, because, you know, why do, I'm getting off the subject right now, but I need to ask this question. Why do Baptist preachers wear Catholic collars? Because they're called fallen halos, actually. So, you know, why are you putting on a Catholic collar if you're a Baptist preacher? Why are you wearing all these long robes if you're a Baptist preacher when all of this comes from Catholic? You know, you mix the profane with the profound, and just this is our tradition. Once again, man's tradition is trying to out-trump God's tradition. And that's how I feel about this election. They are not thinking about God. I don't think I've heard any president say, we need God back in this country. And until I hear a president say that, you are Antichrist and I'm not voting for you. So to my loved ones, and all you guys out there, I love you very, very much. To my addicts, keep doing what you're doing. Keep striving. Don't quit quitting. I know some of y'all are not going to make it. The world is made up of all different types of people. But if you don't like that life you in, you can change it. You can change it. And I believe if God got into the soul of every addict, they wouldn't be like that anymore. Before I go, I want to tell you a story of something that happened to me Sunday. Now, I went to go take one of my sisters some money because, you know, she didn't have any, she needed some money to get her something to eat. So, I didn't feel like going, but I always ask the Lord, please, please, let me be a blessing to someone. I'll take the money down there. She jumps in my car. She's grabbing stuff off my floor. I'm like, why are you grabbing stuff off my floor, my money off my floor when I just gave you money? You stealing. I ain't stealing. Can I have it? Did you take it out without my permission? Is it still in your possession? Then you stole my money. Not only that, something else got stolen out my truck, and I'm so through with family. If you got family that act like this, I don't care if they addicts or what. Because a lot of addicts know what they're doing, but like I said, that drug is a really bad drug, and you got to be careful. Sometimes you just can't come around certain people. Even God told Abraham to get from amongst his family. But if you got family in your life, all they want to do is use you and abuse you. Stay away from them. I don't care how bad it hurts you. I don't care how much you cry wishing that you can be with them. Trust and believe me, you will have a better life when you don't have these scantless folks in your life. Just because you come from the same parent don't mean you come from the same stock. Because once a person get God in their life, they're regenerated. They're adopted into another spiritual family anyway. But then there's other people like in your family. There's people in your family that don't even have to be on drugs. They're just as scandalous as the ones that are on drugs. So I'm going to say this to my family as a personal thing, because the holidays are coming up. Back in 2013, we had to do hospice with my mom from October all the way up until the time she died in December. It was a terrible thing for the family to go through. After we buried my mom, half of my brothers and sisters stopped talking to me. I don't know why. It's very hurtful to me that they did that to me. But looking back in retrospect, the devil made mean things to happen for your bad, but God will turn them around for your good. So on that note, I want to say to my family, I still love you. I still miss you. But you go on and do you. I'm good. As long as I got God in my life, I'm going to be okay. But I love you. I will pray for you. I don't know why you guys dropped me like y'all did. And I just want my audience to know that I am a real person with real feelings. I have a real family. And we go through things just like any other family go through. I don't like writing my family off, but I think it's a terrible thing for your parent to pass and money become the main factor. Greed causes you to separate from the folks that you love. So, like I said, on that note, I hope you guys were happy with the money that you had. And in Jesus' name, I pray that you find the Lord and things go good with you. And on that note, until next week, stay strong.